It's the RPG Machine 86, and I'm here with the next part of my Q&A, and guys and gals, we're going to jump right into it because it's a lot of questions. First of all though, I have to apologize to my boy CZS716. I'm going to put your name back down here again, dude, the right way. I am so sorry that I messed up your name, man. I don't know, I was really tired when I made the video, and I'm completely sorry, but this is his name. It's CZS716. Check him out. Alright, the first question, well, the first question of this part is from the Blade Junker, and he's actually a really cool dude. He finds some really good stuff. Definitely check him out. He's awesome. His question was, who is my favorite girl in video games? Samus, period. It's the first girl I ever played as in a video game, and I actually really enjoy playing as a female character, especially in Fallout. It's really fun. So yeah, man, Samus for sure. The next person to ask me questions was the Gamer Freak 5150, and I love that name. I hope it has something to do with Van Halen being 5150. He asked me what my first gaming console was, which is my favorite, and which is my least favorite. That's a really great question, or questions, I should say. The NES is my favorite, for sure. It was the first one that I got, and my least favorite that I own is the Wii. Mike Gardner's question is next, but we're saving it for last because, dude, your question is really crazy, and it took me a long time, and I actually have notes. It might be another video. It's a great question though, and I'm gonna get to it, Mike, I swear. rrob78 asked me some questions, and this guy's an awesome YouTuber. One of his questions was, would you shout me out? So guess what, rrob78? Go watch rrob78, he's kick ass, and if you don't watch it, I'm gonna come to your house and strangle you while you sleep. Not really, but definitely go watch his channel. He's an awesome dude. His first question was, what was my favorite NES game growing up? It's a dead tie between Castlevania and Ghosts and Goblins. I don't think I could like either of those games more than the other, so you got two answers for that one. So there you go, bud. What was the one NES game that you always wanted to rent but never did because it was rented out? And then the second part was, if I rented games. I totally rented games, dude, all the time. There was this video place by my house called Video One, and they actually used to have an awesome selection of video games. I actually remember renting a lot more Super Nintendo games than regular Nintendo from there. But the one game that was always sold out was Secret of Mana. I always wanted to rent Secret of Mana, and they never had it. The first week they got it, someone had taken it and just never brought it back. And it pissed me off so bad. Even as a kid, I was like, take it off the shelf then. Like, if you don't have the game, take it off the fucking shelf. But I eventually did get to play it. It's a great game, and I'm hoping to find it out here in the wild. I also used to rent a lot of movies from that place. They used to have every single Godzilla movie, and I am a huge Godzilla fan. So, like, I loved it. I used to go there and rent like 2 or 3 of those for like $1 because kids' movies were like 3 for $1. I used to rent like 3 Godzilla movies and then a video game. I remember renting the Power Rangers game where you were the Power Rangers, and I remember renting the Power Rangers game where you were the Zords fighting each other, and that game was cool as shit. I don't know if it'd be cool now, but it was awesome then. If and when I do get a PS3, will I play online with all you guys on YouTube? Hell yeah, man. That's like part of the point. I actually have the old model of a 360 that doesn't have the internet, and I can't run a cable to my room, and I really don't want to pay for the like internet thing. So I'm hoping to get my PS3 soon, and as soon as I do, I'll let all you guys know my gamer tag, and we will all play some games. He asked me if I would join in on some Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer madness once online. I don't see why I wouldn't. I love Grand Theft Auto 4, so yeah, dude. Will you shout me out? I think I took care of that, but guess what? I'll do it again. RRob78. Check him out, dudes. Do it. I'm pointing my finger at you in anger. Do it. Do it. Do it. And his last question was one that somebody else asked later on, and I'm just going to get to that all when it comes to it. The next person to ask me questions was Ivy Pepe 38, also known as Hacker727. He's an awesome YouTuber. He's been with me since the beginning, and I really appreciate it. He's a cool dude. He's got a badass tattoo of Rain from Blood Rain on his arm. Check him out, man. He's a cool dude. And his question was the same as R-Rob's last question, so that's why I was waiting. The question is, what got me into gaming? And the answer for that is kind of complex, but here we go. The three things that got me into gaming were these. Being a lonely kid that was always felt like he was not really part of the group. The fact that I loved cartoons, and that video games were like pretty much the closest thing I could get to actually being a cartoon. And three, just I have a super overactive imagination to this day, and I've just always been one of those daydreamer type people, and for me games were like a way of living another life. So I totally just engulfed myself in gaming once I started playing games. And I was a really lonely kid, but the two or three friends that I did have when I was growing up played games, so we would all play games together all the time, mostly the Donkey Kong Countries. Those took up a lot of time in our machines and fighting games and stuff like that. Anything you could play with two-player was really what we were playing. I remember a game for Super Nintendo, I don't know if any of you guys ever out there have played this, but it's called Uniracers, where you're in a unicycle and you race. And that game, we used to have a blast playing that game. So I hope that answers your guys' question. What got me into gaming was definitely those things, and some other stuff too, but mainly it's just the fact that like I wanted to be a cartoon, and I wanted to be able to control a cartoon, and in games you pretty much do. The next guy to ask me questions was Silky Hot 61, and your name makes me laugh every time I read it, in the best way possible, dude. So he asked a lot of questions. It's probably what's going to finish up this Q&A part, and I'm probably going to have to do a I'm definitely going to have to do a part 3, dudes. So again, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through these as quick as possible. What's your favorite gaming system and why? I've answered this a couple times now. It's the NES. It's the first one I had. It's my first gaming experience, so it's just near and dear to my heart. What's your top 5 RPGs? Oh my god, dude. Chrono Trigger, Zelda the Ocarina of Time, the Elder Scrolls series, Fallout, and the Final Fantasy series. Those are what I'm going to throw out there. Those are right off the top of my head. I like a lot of other ones too. Xenogears, Wild Arms. Like, there's tons of them. What was the worst game I ever played that wasn't Superman 64? Well, I have played that game and it does suck. But when the Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed the game that I'm about to talk about, I was so happy because I had sent him messages about the game telling him how terrible it was. If I would have had the game still, I would have sent it to him. Lester the Unlikely for Super Nintendo. I got that for Christmas one year. That fucking sucked. That was the worst fucking game in the world. Any game where your main character, the hero of the game, is afraid of fucking everything, sucks. That game sucks. Don't buy it. I suggest none of you buy it. Even if you're collecting all the Super Nintendo cards, don't fucking buy that one. Besides RPGs, what are my favorite kind of games? My favorite genre? I love first-person shooters. I love platforms. I love strategy games. I'm all about all games, dude, so just whatever. I'll play whatever, man. What game in your library was the most expensive because of how rare it is, not because it's a new release? I have not paid over $15 for any game that I have right now, other than new ones. So, for right now, yeah, man, like I haven't paid $15 for I haven't paid over $15 for any of the games that I have right now, so I don't really know how to answer that. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego is his last question. I'm going with Portugal. Actually, you know what, on time, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and call this one right now. The next people I'm going to get to in the next couple videos, Mike Gardner for sure, and all you dudes that have recently left me comments on that video. I'm going to get to your questions in the last part. I'm going to wrap this whole thing up, and then we'll go ahead and try to get some games together and whatnot for some pickups. I actually do have a pickup. I know I told you guys I wasn't going to buy anything, but some stuff came up at my game store that I had to buy. I'm also talking to some people and trying to make some deals for some stuff, a new system that I don't have, so I'm pretty excited about that. So just stay tuned for part 3, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.